Hello and good afternoon, everyone, whether you're in the morning or the evening or the afternoon or watching on a future timeline. I'm excited to share a little bit of space with you today. Um, and yeah, I'm just thrilled to be able to join you. And we're going to be talking a little bit with Abigail Elizabeth Fischer today and about her beautiful work that she does in terms of combining music composition and breath work, and how that's been a real journey for her. So she's going to be joining us in just a moment. And if you're with us right now, hello, welcome. If you're with us right now or joining us shortly, hi Marissa, welcome. We're just waiting for Abigail to join us, and we're going to have a little chat about her journey with breathwork and music composition. Just texting with her right now, and she'll be joining us in a minute. So let's just drop in and let's take a nice deep breath in. And let everything sort of anchor us into this moment. I'm really excited to have this conversation with Abigail. Abigail is just a beautiful soul who I've gotten to know over the course of the year. And 6 months ago, we walked together in Peru, and I really got to feel into her medicine, her frequency, her energy, and her, how she shows up in this world, and starting to understand her voice and getting to hear her voice. And there she is. There is Abigail. And through this connection, we came up with some really cool ideas. So I'm just going to invite Abigail to, there she is. Sorry, my fingers are funny. I think I invited you in. Abigail, let me know if it didn't work. There you are. Hi, you. I'm so happy to see my fellow starseed here. Um, Hello. We've got some beautiful people jumping on and just honoring those who may be watching this in a future timeline. And I was just yammering on about how we have, gotten to know each other over the last year. I feel like it's been almost a year now. And 6 months ago, it's like we got to walk together in Peru, literally holding hands at times. And how potent that was for me to be able to feel into you, because before that our relationship was, it was virtual, even though that means nothing. We were in non-ordinary reality, but to be in your presence and to be in your medicine and your essence, and to hear your voice, to hear you singing in integration circles and song circles, and to feel into the depth of everything that you carry, planted some seeds for us to step into some deeper conversations and collaborations for our journey and our uniqueness. And here we are. So everybody who's
Yes.
joining us, meet Abigail.
Oh, hello, Phoebe.
Abigail, you are like an internationally renowned opera singer. Let's just start there. Like, you have sung around the world. You've done choral work. You've done all of this stuff. You're this incredibly, I think your bio calls you a chesty soprano. Like, you have the depth of shamanism just in your classically trained voice. It's so amazing and cool. And I'd love for you to share with everyone a little bit about how your journey through music and the voice as an artist and performer has brought you perhaps into this whole new realm of service beyond entertainment.
Oh my gosh, that's like
I
what a
know. How much time do we have?
First of all, I want to shout out to Fadi, who's tuning in from Tunisia. And I just finished singing an opera yesterday in Houston, Dido and Aeneas, which is based on the Aeneid. And he goes down to Carthage, which is, now Tunisia. And I'm also wearing this necklace from Tunisia. So I just wanted to shout out to Fadi and to anybody that's tuning in from Tunisia in the future.
I love that.
And that, everything is interconnected, and that, it's no, just the magic of finding that interconnectivity and whatever like the multiple dimensions that our personality, that our roles in life, how they collide, how they interconnect is no, it's no mistake. And there's no division between opera and shamanic ritual and
Breath.
breath. Yeah. So it's just, and I'm just loving finding that interconnectivity, because I used to think like I have to decide between singing opera, and and shamanic practice and breath work and all of and Vipassana meditation.
You thought you
Uh,
had to compartmentalize them, or like, I have to be
yeah,
one, I can't be all,
exactly.
right? Which is that idea of separateness, right? We've been programmed in this concept of separation.
Yeah. Yeah, and my godmother, who's an Episcopalian priest, said, God is giving you all the training that you need to do exactly what you're doing right now. Or is bringing you to your fullness of purpose in perfection. There is no like, oh, I went over here and I went away from my purpose in this time of my life and then I came back. It's like, well, I mean, there is some sort of sense of returning, because we're always like returning to ourselves like throughout our whole lives. But like, like there's a purpose to feeling lost as well, right?
100%. Well, in shamanism, like, the darkness is the medicine. It's the teachings in the shadows, right? So when we're lost, we're in perhaps the space of confusion, which then leads us to the clarity.
Yeah.
And I love that you've touched on the, all of these parts of the path, and your godmother, the priestess, for showing you and reminding you that all of these parts of who you are informing your service. It's like you're filling your spiritual toolbox. You're filling the toolbox of all the medicines and all the offerings, because the souls that come to you, that's exactly why they're coming to you, because of your unique frequency of all of your offerings.
Yeah. So like I didn't actually answer your question
Well,
before.
that's okay. This is so good. It's all divine. It's all good. I want to shout out to Goldie and Johnny, who's on here. We got some wonderful breathers and breathwork practitioners on the line here.
Yes.
I'm just going to let my dog out.
Yes, and I'm on my second breathwork practitioner training, the year-long one, which because I really wanted to deeper
Deep
dive.
dive.
That's been like such an amazing healing practice for me personally. Um, anyway, I just wanted to answer your question, your first question, which was, how is singing like brought me to my truth, I guess, or something like that.
Yeah.
Um, and it's so amazing, like how deep the I've always been a person that wanted to dive deep into whatever I was doing.
Yeah.
And so singing is a spiritual path. Learning how to find your voice
I
is by
agree.
a spiritual path.
I
I
agree.
I didn't even know that that's what I was doing. All I wanted to do was become a better singer. And then I started realizing, oh, okay, in order for me to sing better, I have to like go to this woman who was a Feldenkrais practitioner who is also, she's really a healer. I didn't even realize that she was a healer. I just went to her like to help me sing better, you know, and then it's like step by step. Oh, okay. In order to like open up your voice, you need to connect deeper with yourself. You know,
And
and
the
your
voice is so much more than the sound, right?
well, I mean, it all comes from sound originally, right? but
Yeah, yeah.
but but it's like then you find places in your body that haven't been vibrating fully with sound, you know,
That's
and
beautiful.
those are the places of deepest healing.
Yeah, so true.
And same thing
Well,
with breath, like because we're all just made of vibration, and then we realize the places that aren't vibrating and in the free flowing aliveness that we are inherently, those are the places that need to resonate more, or that are calling to be resonated more deep within us. And that the more that we can find that sound by singing or by breathing, or you know, finding that vibration, like letting all of ourselves vibrate deeper, fuller, then we can like free flow our aliveness to
I
its full.
love having conversations with you, my girl. I love it. Like you take me, yes, 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 to all of this, to all of this. The sound always reverberates for me in the place that's most stuck, right? Like it's like I I can feel into when it's not going there. And you know, knowing that my previous incarnation I was a performer and I sang, and then I got stage fright, and I mean I haven't really sung since, and it was all about sounding pretty and all the things, and there's still so much emotion layered there for me. Like I know I have a lifetime of working through that. I think I was telling you that I did a workshop, a virtual workshop with Nessie Gomez, and there were like 300 women, and they had us do this one exercise, and I was like, yeah, how much am I going to get out of this? But I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to do it anyways. Rebecca, just, you know, you're going to show up and you're going to. I was a mess because I was taking sound and words in my private space in front of my altar, and it was cracking open the parts that hadn't been vibrating.
Yeah. 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 Like Thomas, that's just so powerful. Like Thomas Hubel calls it the quantum location,
Mm.
which is like places in your body that stopped the natural free flowing aliveness of your spirit, of you, who you are, your God self, whatever you call that. And, there are places that stop vibrating, stop that free flowing aliveness. And that's the quantum location, which could be, you could call it like a moment of trauma, because
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes,
the trauma is your reaction to the
agree.
situation, right? You said whatever it was, and we all have those places inside of
Yeah,
us, um, like where we reacted to the outside world that, oh, I am separate from this
yeah.
situation, and that's I can't free flow like in this space. So like there's that place gets stuck, and then how we work through it is to find that place, to love that place a little bit more, to sound that place, to allow it to be expressed. And that's how it, like, you know, to breathe it, to accept it,
Yeah.
and to fully see that moment, and to, you know, and to see it fully. And you know, I've played a lot with sounding those places and to going deeper into those places. Sometimes they're like in the center of a chakra, or like within a chakra, like let's say I did not feel enough to express myself in that space. Like I don't feel safe to express myself. Let's say like, okay, so that's going to be in the center of my personal power space, in my solar plexus. And so I've played with that by leaning into that space. So like similar to like the shamanic perspective of going into the darkness, going into the pain,
Mm-hmm.
feeling into the pain of that chakra, like leaning into it, sounding that. It doesn't have to be pretty. Actually, it's probably not going to be pretty.
No, it's not going to be
It
pretty.
has to do with being pretty. It has to do with being real,
Yeah.
feeling,
Yeah.
and just and allowing and actually not listening,
Yeah.
only feeling, like primarily feeling, and allowing yourself to like feel sound in that space and go as deep as possible into that place that hasn't been resonated fully, hasn't been allowed to resonate.
Yeah. And be open to that flow. Do you feel, based on like your clients and the souls that you serve, do you think that collectively there is an energetic center that tends to show up for many of us? Or is it all different? Like in terms of, if we were to look at the seven major, if we're going to use that language, chakra or energy center, is there a spot that you feel collectively many of us are stuck in or get stuck in or shut down?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely a collective, like with women, definitely throat chakra, um, sacral chakra, they're connected.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and also definitely the solar plexus. You know, when I work with women a lot, definitely there's like, there's the throat and there, because I work with voice a lot, right? So the
Of
throat.
course. And I'm sure many of your clients come to you because of that medicine that is yours.
Yeah, but it's, I mean, it is also like it's a collective, like people that are like female identifying.
Yep.
There's definitely the collective wound as well in the throat and in
For
the
sure.
sacral
Yeah.
chakra. They're connected. So um, definitely that collectively and individually. I mean, you need to work on it both because it manifests in both way, right?
Right? 100%
Um,
agreed.
and then you know, like if there is that as well, then definitely the sacral, I mean the solar plexus. We all have healing in all those energies. It's just really true.
It's so true. And it's all about that, like you hit the nail on the head. There's the collective healing, but then there's like we have to show up for ourselves first. And for us to have impact on the collective healing, we have to do the work within and go inwards, and it's
Yes.
so many layers.
Oh, but I like I've been wanting to share this with you actually just personally between
Oh, is it okay for us to share the world?
yes, I'm going to share the world.
Okay.
I've been meaning to like create a post about this because I was so inspired by one of your last posts that was, you know, like celebrating that the mother wound, celebrating healing the mother wound. You
Funny,
know,
I just chatted with my mentor this morning. Her and I, we just did a whole, it ended up being around that mother wound piece for sure.
yeah, so amazing,
And that's being shown in the planet right now, the wound of the great mother.
yeah, and it's so interesting that that connects me to my personal work that I've done in my solar plexus. That you know the mother wounds for me largely manifest in the solar plexus, and so a lot of the work that I do is to because it's like my medicine because I really have come to the fact I identified in many ways with that wound for a while.
That's normal, right? We do that.
Yeah, and then it was just so clear somewhere in between you sharing that you were celebrating healing your mother wound and now I don't remember when but I was like it was just so I kept on seeing signs. It was so clear like this is you've healed this and you've actually healed this for a while. It's been healed
Right?
for a while.
It's Isn't it crazy when you have that aha? And that's what I was saying to my teacher this morning was like, it's no longer this open wound, right? Like the open wound is so painful when we feel that open wound. I said, but now it is that scar, and then the scar, and then she just reminded me, and this there's always medicine and in teaching in the scar. So always come back to that scar and just feel into the medicine and the teaching of the scar, right?
Yes. Yeah, but then it's also so easy to attach yourself to identify with with the wound and think that it's not healed.
Totally.
You
Because
have learned what you need, at least right now, from that.
totally. And we can get into that's kind of the trap, I think, sometimes in spirituality and self-help. It's like, I'm broken, I'm so broken, and I'm always broken, and I need another course, and I need another this, and I need blah, 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 blah. Like it's like, no, like we're perfectly imperfect. This is exactly what we are. We're perfectly imperfect. And it's like, don't forget that there's joy and giggles and laughter and love and silliness and playfulness on this path. Like, we don't need to be in the depth of the trauma work and all of this all the time. Like, peaks and valleys are the natural cycle.
Yeah.
And we can sometimes get stuck in the valley.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because we think that's the identity.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so hey, Angel.
Hi.
Welcome. Yeah, so just like celebrating the work that we have done, and knowing that, like, a lot of the people that come to work with me are people that want to heal the same thing that I've been healing, that I have healed, in the past. So that's like my medicine now, is like the journey is largely healing that solar plexus. That's a lot of the stuff that I work on, and the throat and the sacral stuff, because that has been my struggle.
Absolutely. And I always say, like, for me, it's always been whoever I'm serving, whether it's a group or whether it's a private client, I'm only about 3 to 5 steps ahead of them on, like, it's like, it always presents that way. Like, whatever you're moving through, the clients are going to, like, represent that. My sister was who's a massage therapist, and when she first stepped into massage therapy, she didn't understand. She was kind of new to the realm of the energetic bodies and stuff, my little sister. And she'd be like, Becky, I don't understand. I wake up and I have this crazy pain in my neck, and then all of my clients all day long have these neck issues. Or I'll wake up and I have this pain, and that's exactly right. What happens is, like, we serve what we know. We serve what we've moved through, and that's what keeps us in that connection. Okay, can we talk about your epic music? Like, let's just talk about this for a second, which is why I'm super stoked for Friday. So if anybody doesn't know this yet, we've got a pretty cool collaboration happening. Hi, Vince. I saw Aoife's on there. Soulstar Luna. Welcome. We're talking about Abigail's incredible journey with voice and breath and energy work and all of these things. And over the last 2.5 years of this global ceremony, you have been able to come into a place of true center. I think you said, like, when you've been able to just pause, you are listening and receiving, and you've channeled this epic amount of music, and it's medicine music.
Yeah, so I finally did. Hey, hey, Queenie, namaste, welcome. Yeah, so I finally did an actual, like, tally of all the music that I've written. It's 5 albums. It's 5 albums of music.
Last tally, I thought it was 4, but
Okay,
5.
so
Oh my gosh, we're now up to 5.
at least that's the current number. I mean, it's like constantly just overflowing. So now I'm like really into, like, task mode. Like, how am I going to get it all recorded? But we're celebrating some of the music that has already been recorded to breathe into the chakras specifically. There's an album of breathwork music that's like general breathwork music.
Yeah.
And then there's the breathing into the chakras. And I was so, it came out when I was doing the self-care course, the Seeds of Embodiment course.
Wasn't that last summer? Was that last summer?
No, it started in the summer.
Okay.
In the summer. Yeah. So we are talking about launching that again.
Good.
Sometime soon. So, like, yeah.
Good. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for a big Om.
Yeah. You can sign up for like a a notification when we start again. But yeah, so I was writing them because each month is to breathe, is to go deeper into each chakra. And so
Right.
I was so appreciative of having those specific goals. You need goals. You need goals.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know, to do the change. And,
Yeah.
once a month, everybody had their goals, and then I had my goal to write the music to clear myself enough of just any mental activity, anything that was getting in the way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of me just being a clear vessel to receive what wanted to come in for that chakra. And it was like it's really not hard. The deeper you go in,
It's really not hard.
the deeper you go.
I've listened to the music. I mean, you have composed music that is out of this world. Like the frequency is so high, the vibration is so high. Plus so it's not just, you've got the instrumentation, you've got the channeling and intent of clearing the chakra, and then you've got lyrics.
Yeah. So the lyrics are, it's all with the intent to go deeper, right? So
Oh,
they're two
yeah.
ways of like sort of interpreting it. Like, how can you know, shine the light of like what's coming from the chakra, the wisdom
Yeah.
that's coming from the chakra, or what's preventing me from shining that light,
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
like it's
Just that.
just, how can I go deeper into the message of, maybe the message of the pain or what wants to come forward. That's one way of doing that. Or yeah, what's preventing me from that. So you can like look at the shadow element or the light element of,
Right.
of each inquiry from, the wisdom of that specific center. And then all those words and all the rhythm and the music is all created for that inquiry. So the words are really like, they're um, they're meant to, they're portals. They're
They
portals.
are.
Everything is like just going deeper and deeper into that energy center as a point of inquiry, and so that we can love ourselves more and just go deeper more, and understand more and heal more, whatever wants to come forward, whatever's ready to come forward, whatever's ready to be healed and
Mm-hmm.
inquired
Mm-hmm.
into.
Hi, Tatiana. Hi, Kat. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
Um, I know when I started listening to, when you sent me the draft of the playlist and I started to listen to it, like I was being transported right away. I was just listening. I wasn't even breathing.
Yes, so it's
Like
music that's meant to breathe to.
it's
So
the
that
music
sometimes,
itself is a portal. Like it's such potent medicine. I am, and I know like Tatiana's on here. Like, so some of the folks are going to be breathing with us on Friday. There's still spots available, but I am so excited to do, like, I can't tell you, like, I am like bubbling from the inside. I've never done anything like this. I've never worked with any music like this before.
yeah,
It's hot. I'm handling fire. It's wild
yeah.
in a good way, in a good way.
Yeah, it's new. It's a time for like new beginnings, and I've never done this whole journey. Like, we're gonna go
Right.
from together, you're gonna hold space, and you're amazing, unbelievable,
Oh,
like
you're nice. You're
this
nice.
magical galactic shamanic presence and space holding and medicine woman self that you are.
Thank you.
And with the music that I've written, when I did the self-care course, I did only, because I only had one breathwork training certification. I didn't feel totally aligned to do a whole hour session yet,
Mm,
but I did do like 20-25 minutes, and that's of each chakra. And then we would go into sound meditation.
right.
Um, and then we would do chants for those chakras. So that would be like our practice.
Right.
Now I'm really excited to be able to start holding like longer ceremonies, but I'm not quite there yet, you know. And so this is the first time that I'm going to share this music for the whole hour practice. And so we're going
Yeah,
to
I think the
go from
breathwork portion is 59 minutes, right? We're breathing for 59 minutes to your compositions. Like it's like, this is so
from root
cool.
from root to the heart. So we have like it
Right.
goes
Yeah.
from root, you know, works
First
up.
four.
So first we're like breathing. They're like we're going, you know, we're like weaving from the bottom up
Yeah.
into the heart. And yeah, I'm so excited. It's like
I,
it fire starting new beginning that
yeah.
has never been explored before.
Yeah, no, this is really, really excited. And I emailed my community just to let them know how excited I was about it. And I think I did that last week, or because just I feel this just feels really special to me. Sound is so powerful. Yes, Tatiana's a sound healer as well. Sound is so powerful, and it is such a medicine. And but this feels really special to me. I think because I adore the pants off of you, like I just loves you to bits. Um, and I know the depth of your service, Abigail, like the depth of, your integrity in your work, in your personal practice. I mean, I didn't bring my altar with me to Peru. You brought your altar with you to Peru. Like, like in my head, I was like, okay, I'm going to be in my altar, like, and I'll be doing my prayer. But no, your integrity is like, to me, I don't always, thanks for being here, Johnny, sending you love. To me, integrity is so crucial and so key, which is why I'm like really mindful of anybody I'm going to step into a collaboration with. I want to make sure we're matching, and like I've always like we've had these conversations. So being in this shared space and with your like magic, I want to breathe.
We're gonna do it.
I'm definitely gonna breathe with the recording. Like when it's all done, I'll breathe to myself and do that. But is there anything else you want to share about this work? I feel like you've lit something on fire within you. And where do you want to take this? Or is that a loaded question?
Well, I have no idea. I have no idea right at this moment. But I just know that I'm going and that you invited me. We wanted to do a collaboration.
Yeah, we did.
And you had the specific idea to do this hour-long breath with
Yeah.
music, and it's a freaking good idea. Like, yeah.
Sometimes I have them. And you know what? It's always when I'm in prayer. I'm telling you, it's when I'm sitting in prayer, or if I'm in the breath or some sort of ceremony, that's when like spirit says, okay, try this, try this. I don't always get it right, but like spirit nudges me to try things. And then I
Well,
leave voice notes for people. I think this might sound crazy, but what do you think?
actually, I got the first hit to write music for breathwork during my first breathwork training. I
Yeah.
was breathing in my first breathwork training. I was like, I have to write music for breathwork. I have to write music for this. Like it's, and then and then ideas started to come in like gradually, and then sometimes it's like boom, you know. But yeah, um, it's just I don't know. I don't know what to say,
I love it. I
and I'm
mean,
looking forward to it.
it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Um, let's talk a little bit about like you are in your second breathwork certification, and like you, I did a second breathwork certification because I wanted to go deeper into trauma work and I wanted to have a better understanding around trauma. I think a lot of people think, if they just do breathwork a couple of times, let me backtrack. I think many people who are new to breathwork have this sense that, oh, it's kind of easy. You're just playing some music and you're breathing. And so they might step into, oh, I'm going to do some breath work. And there are people who are not in integrity and serving breath without certification, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But when you step into your, certification, and I mean a true certification, I don't mean like there are offerings that say, oh yeah, 5 days and you could be certified as a breathwork practitioner. And my first certification was with Alchemy of Breath. And one of the things I remember someone asking, well, why is it 9 months long every week, X amount of hours? And Anthony was really beautiful in responding, because you have to do the work. How can you show up and hold space for someone who might be unwinding from something very, very deeply rooted if you haven't shown up for yourself and done your work and understood all the parts within you? And I think that's why it is absolutely crucial for people to, if they want to become a breathwork practitioner, to really choose and use their discernment and go into the right programs that are going to take you to those spaces, because the breath work can bring up so much, right? And the trauma, it's so much more than just the physiology or the anatomy of like air's going in and this is what's happening. It's all of the layers, the somatic pieces that are happening too, right? And so for me, that second certification was, because the first certification, you're being fire hosed. There's so much information coming at you. You're like, right? And then you have to integrate it. And then you have to get comfortable holding space in a different way. I mean, if you've been doing, I don't know, Reiki or sound healing or massage, or there's a certain comfort level. But if you're very new to holding space for people, then
Right.
that's a whole other thing to get comfortable with. Hi, welcome.
Hey, Jerry.
But then for me, going into that second certification was to do more trauma informed work, and that was it. My second certification brought up a lot of shadow for me around my own voice, which was really powerful.
Um,
So I'm interested to know like what it's like for you stepping into your second certification and the depth of where it's taking you in the realm of breath work. Because we're seeing, like, when I first got certified, breath work was kind of, not too many people knew about breath work. And now I'm finding like there's a lot more offerings out there. Um and so people are curious, and people are trying it and talking about it a little bit more. So what is the second wave of learning with your breath? How's that bringing you to the medicine?
yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying exploring only breath, and doing, because I had been offering breath work as an entry point into sound meditation. Really is what I
Right,
was.
right.
That's how I experienced it, because I hey Luna, um, I had experienced it, in my sound meditation practice, and they would do more holotropic breath, like much
Yeah,
faster
yeah,
at
that's a different power. Yeah,
first, and then I would be out like flying in the astral realm,
yeah,
like
yeah.
and the
It's a
same,
psychedelic experience for
oh
sure.
my, where am I? This is amazing. And that's really important too. Like that they're obviously it's different each time anyway. But I've really enjoyed only doing um, breath, because it's such a different journey,
Hmm.
and also to understand music specifically, not just sound, because sound meditation is an amazing magical thing in itself,
Yeah,
that's separate from music, and then when you're breathing to music, and there's a real depth to that, and like everything that I do in my life has to do with finding deeper meaning
yeah,
within whatever that is. I'm like, okay, here we go. I'm
yeah,
diving
yeah.
into that. That's, and that's the same thing that music does when it's connected to breath. I mean, we've also practiced a lot of like only breathing by itself with no,
Oh, in
with
silence, isn't that powerful?
very, very powerful as well.
Very difficult. I just want to drop in because I feel like someone asked about recommended breathwork courses. Um, and feel free to jump in, Abigail. Abigail is working with Breathing Pathways, which is Hannah and Angel Deer. Highly recommend. Alchemy of Breath, highly recommend. Integrative Breath, highly recommend. Making some breathing space with Ben. Again, all of these people are off. We have all also grounded breathwork with the two Hannahs. We are all in the lineage of Alchemy of Breath. So Angel Deer, myself, Steph Magenta, Ray, Ben, Hannah, we all trained initially through Alchemy of Breath, and Alchemy of Breath is I would say one of the gold standards out there. But also check out, like, there's so many Giten, his the biodynamic breathing. If you're wanting to do a lot of trauma work, highly recommend
He used
his.
more movement.
Yeah, the movement. Yeah, like, so it's, know this. If you're finding a breathwork certification course that's just a couple of days and a couple $100, you're going to get what you paid for. You, as a breathwork practitioner, want to be able to make sure you understand all of the pieces you carry, and you need to also want to make sure that you're able to safely hold space for someone wherever it is they may go in your presence, and really feel into your own discernment and finding the right practitioner, that the right course, like that it feels good in your body. You'll know if it's the right program for you, I think.
Yeah,
Don't,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
But do your research. Yeah, that's hopefully that's helpful. And feel free to DM both Abigail and myself. We can certainly guide you to different.
Yeah, absolutely. And the more that you are like doing your own healing journey, the more that you are aware, like feeling into your own inner resonance,
Yeah,
then you feel into like, this feels right for me.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And then just to be able to trust that. Yeah, I mean, the Hannah Kandaro is amazing. She works a lot with decolonizing the body and
Yeah.
justice from the inside out. And then Angel Deer works a lot with shamanic breath work. So
Yeah.
they combine their forces to create this totally new.
Unique container, very unique.
It's very deep, and it's also like very connected. Those two things are very connected to, shamanic practice and decolonizing social justice are actually really connected, because it's all just different ways of looking at the same thing, really. Because I'm
100%.
disconnected, and we're like, okay, let's come back
Yeah.
to our true nature,
Yeah.
and with mutual respect for all beings,
Mm.
and yeah, and understanding that each one of us has unique medicine, wisdom, and that the more that we really deeply listen to each other, the more that we can get in right relation with all that is, and to heal the past deep wounds that have often been structures of our current society.
For sure. Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up, Abigail. Thank you. So go ahead.
More thing that I just like,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I really want that specifically resonates for what's coming up on Friday.
Oh, yes.
And to talk just a little bit about music as a portal, because I was reminded when you asked, what has it been like in exploring this journey, that like all of my medicine, like what you were saying, like, how does this all come together? Like, what is all these things? It's all about going deeper into inner wisdom and truth. And so these, like what we're going to do on Friday, and what I noticed when I was, practicing without music, holding space for breath work without music, and also being the person that was breathing without breath, without music, and with music. It's such a different thing. And so then the music that you select to breathe with is it's totally changes the focus and the intention and the power of bringing that intention forward with real consciousness. And you do this magnificently in the way
Thank
that you
you.
curate.
I love curating music. I love, like, it makes me happy.
And there is a breathwork tomorrow night to breathe
Oh
with
yeah, that's right. I
Becca.
totally forgot. I have breathwork tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night, Wednesday night.
Yeah,
If you want to
Wednesday night.
like, pop in there and be like Rebecca's,
Give it a whirl.
yeah, I want to breathe. Um, and I always have unbelievable like visions, and when I'm breathing with you, um,
Oh,
it's very like otherworldly and magical. But we can learn so much from each one of us has a
a
different faith.
different frequency.
We bring that.
Um, Soulstar Luna, you can check it out in my link in my bio under online breathwork. The link will be right there. So would love to see you if you feel called to join us. I hold the breathwork in the spirit of shamanism. So I do hold that space. I open with prayer and I close with prayer. And so my breath work, there's so many different ways to carry breath work, right? And so my breath work is held in the spirit of shamanism. But music as a portal is powerful, and this star being in front of me, even though we're looking at our phones right now, has created the most incredible portal. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so focused on Abigail. I totally forgot tomorrow's Wednesday. 8 p.m. Eastern time. And please do come and join, and I do record it for anyone who registers so that you can have access to the recording as well, to just continue that medicine until things become unmanageable with the recording bits. I really try to keep that medicine going for people.
Yeah,
But
just to be clear, the thing that we're doing is on Friday. So I know.
yes, that's what I want to be clear about. Let's get really clear here. So Friday we have a one of a kind workshop. Neither of us have done this before. It's been co-created specifically for this Friday, and it is music as a portal, exploring the first four chakras or energy centers. So Friday, remind me what time we start at? 7 o'clock, I think. 7 to 9
4
Eastern
o'clock
time.
and Pacific time.
Yes, 4 o'clock Pacific time, where we are being gifted Abigail's medicine. And Abigail is going to, you're going to be bringing everyone through the inquiry process,
Yeah.
right?
So like what I was saying, like the power of the focused intention, the more that we bring our fullness of that focus and that awareness at the beginning, the more that we can revisit it and go deeper when we breathe with, similar vocabulary and similar intention when
Yeah.
we go through each chakra in the breath work. So that we'll have to practice beforehand to help that.
Yeah. And so then we close out with, I'll be guiding the breath work, but to an hour's worth of Abigail's channeled compositions. And each of these pieces will be specifically for as we move up the chakras. I'm just blown away. It's going to be amazing. So that link is in my bio as well, and I think it's in Abigail's bio.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'd love to see you there. We'd love to see you, join us, because we're just stoked and excited about it. Abigail has graciously allowed me to press record. So I will be recording this workshop, and the participants will have access to this recording for 3 months, simply to honor her rights and her artistic, medicine that she's creating. I want to just be really clear that the access is for 3 months, which is a really good time for you to come back and just keep, it's important. Keep going. We do a workshop, we do a ceremony. It's not a one-shot deal, right? We got to keep showing up and doing those layers and clearing and all the things. So Abigail and I will be so excited to see you on Friday if you feel called to join us. And if you have questions before signing up for that, you can reach out to Abigail or myself, DM us, and we'd love to answer those questions. So,
Yes, 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 yes.
yes, 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 yes. Thank you. I want to thank everyone who made the time to pop on for a minute or for the entire time. And if you're watching in a future timeline, welcome. Thank you for giving us your time and space, and for witnessing this love, mutual adoration.
Yes.
I love you. I love you, Abigail. I thank you so much for saying yes when I had this crazy idea, and
Yeah.
I'm so excited to hold your hand on Friday.
Yeah, we're stronger together. I'm so looking forward to holding this space with you. Honored.
Yes. Me too. Me too.
Forward to seeing the amazing beings that are drawn to this
Yeah.
and practice together, and we can
Yeah.
go together.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right, darling. Well, I'm wishing you a wonderful rest of the week. You're in Arizona now, right?
I just got
Okay.
back.
Okay. All right. We are finally stepping into proper spring weather. So it's starting to warm up and it's sunny outside today. And whoever's in Ontario, may you enjoy the sunshine that we're finally being blessed with.
And drink
Have
lots of water if you're in Arizona.
pardon me?
Drink lots of water if you're in Arizona.
Super hot, eh?
Yeah.
All right, loves. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Blessings to everyone. And happy birthday. It looks like somebody's birthday is coming up. So
Yes, Friday. Yeah. So
happy
Queenie,
birthday.
birthday. And I will see you on Friday, hopefully at this ceremony that we're creating and afterwards as well.
Awesome. All right. Mwah. Have a great day,
Okay.
everybody. Bye.